Go.
Two Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, soldiers, who were allegedly held in St. Elizabeth with more than 2,000 pounds of ganja after a gun battle with police last month, were offered bail when they appeared in the parish court on Monday. Robert Smith and Rohan Mendez were offered bail in the sum of $800,000 with reporting conditions and stop orders imposed. Allegations are that on October 13, 2020, acting on information, the police tried to intercept a JDF vehicle in which the two men were traveling in the Gutters area. It is alleged that the men then engaged the police in a shootout and were later found to be in possession of ganja valuing approximately $6 million. Smith is represented by Queen's Counsel Peter Champagne and Mendez represented by Samantha Campbell. They are to return to court on January 12, 2021.
At the same time, a soldier and police and get themselves in a problem, you know. They run go for Mr. Peter Champagne because he want to, I man fi solve the problem, you know. So you see, right now, we want to see how Mr. Champagne will get them off of that case still. Champagne a bad liar, you know, play with Champagne, you know, but I want to see him out free them boy off of them case because a long time man are doing criminal activities, so them just get caught, you know. And I'm probably a little bit of people ganja then go send this back go burn down already. So maybe probably had a ganja man tell him to go burn down other man ganja field and chop down ganja field. So right now, I could see if them will get free because a Champagne the panic here, so let's see what will take place in the end of this.
Attorney at law Isaac Buchanan, who is now representing incarcerated dancehall artiste Vybz Kartel, has accused the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions of being shady and dodgy as the office has largely frustrated the attempts of the defense to gain access to Exhibit 14C, the cell phone which contained controversial voice notes allegedly recorded by the DJ. The DPP is being very dodgy and shady, and very deliberate in their action to continue to violate the constitutional rights of a Palmer. Despite the attempts of myself and the Queen's Counsel, we have been unable to get access to the cell phone, which we believe has evidence of tampering, Buchanan told Loop News. Buchanan voiced concerns that the office of the DPP was acting as authors of further delay in the matter, seeking to frustrate the defense's bid to gain access to the infamous phone. We have represented our concerns by writing to agents in England, and we hope that this activity will move the Privy Council to force their hand to release the phone so we can confirm whether it was tampered with, Buchanan said. Voice notes laced with expletives and death threats, which are believed to be from an accused in the Vybz Kartel murder trial, were leaked to the public years ago after they were played for jurors in the home circuit court. In some of the voice notes, dated August 14, 2011, the sender said that he was informed that his two new shoes were missing and that the guilty party would be killed if the shoes were not returned by 8 o'clock that evening. In the meantime, Vybz Kartel and his co-accused continue to wait on leave to be granted so that the case can go before the Privy Council in the UK, after an official application had been filed in June on behalf of the entertainer and his 3 co-convicts to go to Jamaica's highest court with the matter. The process is going smoothly. We're still waiting on the final leave from the local Court of Appeal to go to the Privy Council. They have some housekeeping to do, but we have completed what we're supposed to do, Buchanan said. The legal teams have to seek permission from the Court of Appeal in order to take the case overseas to the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council in London, the final appellate court for Jamaica. 3 of the defendants have changed representation for their Privy Council proceedings as Kartel is now represented by Buchanan while John Clark is the attorney for Kahira Jones and Andre St. John. Sean Storm Campbell has retained Bert Samuels. Kartel, Sean Storm, Jones, and St. John are serving mandatory life sentences for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams. They appealed their sentences and convictions in July 2018, however, their appeals were dismissed by the court in Jamaica earlier this year. However, the Court of Appeal shaved roughly 2.5 years off the time each must spend behind bars before being eligible for parole. Kartel will now be eligible for parole after serving 32.5 years of his life sentence instead of the previous 35 years. Sean Campbell and Kahira Jones will now serve 22 years and 6 months, while Andre St. John will serve 27 years and 6 months.
Well, Vybz Kartel, if I push her with dog, them or whatsoever, you're killing her, brother. Boy, that's a piece of salt and say, depend you. But I want him to ask you, oh, the lawyer, I was saying I got privy counsel, and no, him not get no access to the phone. See me, David? Because I to my complaint say not get no access to the phone, so how him say I carry a privy counsel and them not give up the phone to him? You know, say the people might scam me, brother. You say people might play you. You know, say lawyer play with your head, because if him also say okay, a privy counsel, he might take your money, and at the same time him not get no access to your phone. It don't make no sense. You know, make no sense in a Vybz Kartel. You salt, my brother. You salt. Because your lawyer take the money and yet still might play with your head. Because him will carry a privy counsel and yet still him not gaining no access to the cell phone, which is the main evidence in the case. Because the lawyer say want to know if the phone is tampered with. So him should know if him did get the access to the phone before him say him bring it to privy counsel. But my viewers and subscribers, you know tell me nothing about Mr. Adidja Palmer and going to privy counsel once again. Alright?